Hello guys, welcome to Ali Khawari English YouTube channel. I hope you're all doing fine and well. In this video, we want to talk about Global Day of Cultural Diversity for Dialogue and Development. It's actually May 21st. It's a few days later. A few days ago it was May 21st, but this video is dedicated to that phenomenon, cultural diversity, because I think it's quite important thing. We should contemplate about it, we should think deeper about it, and we should try to understand it, and then we should try to adopt ourselves with that so that we experience a better life and make this world a better place. Let's get to this, that how it became an international day. The main reason lies in 2021. In 2021, two big incidents happened. One was internationally very important, particularly politically and economically, and the other one was important from historical and cultural perspective. The one which changed the whole world for a while, that was the attacks of 9/11. The attack, and also which was followed by another attack on Buddhas of Bamiyan in Afghanistan. These two incidents and numerous other smaller incidents around the world made the world leaders think about these issues and find out the root. And when they studied it deeper, they got to this conclusion that most of these problems come from the same root, and that is culture. So they have cultural roots. That's why in December 2022, the the General Assembly of UN made a statement, and then it announced May 21st as International Day for the whole world. The question is that why May 21st was selected as Global Day of Cultural Diversity? It was because the same year, 2002, UNESCO had announced a universal declaration regarding cultural diversity. So because that declaration was announced on May 21st, that's why the General Assembly also said, okay, May 21st is the Cultural Diversity Day for Dialogue and Development. So the main purpose behind that was what? The same peace issue. So that is also what UNESCO says, that why it was made an international day. The main reason was peace. Now, why? Again, UNESCO says about it. According to the UNESCO's official website, from every 4 major conflicts and wars that we have around the world, 3 of them have cultural roots, cultural causes. It does not mean like this that all the people who are involved in the war, they have cultural reasons. No, for sure those who caused them, the elders, the leaders, they might be seeking economic, political, or any other kind of benefit or asset. But the main force who go on the battlefield and fight, they normally go for cultural causes. From every 4 conflict, 3 of them are because of the conflict, cultural things. They think maybe they are spreading right belief. Maybe they're saying that they're removing people who are naturally bad, maybe nasty, maybe ghastly. They're spreading goodness, they're spreading awareness, they're spreading I don't know what and what. And they're removing badness, cruelty, and problems. So they think like that. They think that their culture is better, superior, this and that, and if the other societies become like them, they will also become better. So it has cultural roots. Now, coming to this simple question that what cultural diversity is. Actually, it's not that simple, but in this video we want to make it simple, okay? So that we should not have much to discuss about that, because that is another issue. So to make it very simple, to get all the cracks, I'll define it like this, that simultaneous coexistence of diverse cultures in a single territory. Simultaneous coexistence of diverse cultures in a single territory. It means we have one territory, for example, one society. In that one society, we have diverse cultures, maybe locality to locality, maybe even neighbor to neighbor. It means your neighbor speaks in one language, you speak another language, the other neighbor speaks another language. You believe in something, this one believes in another thing, the other one believes in nothing, maybe. You know, the way you dress, the way you eat, the way you dance, the way you behave, the way you greet, the way you grieve, the way you show your excitement and happiness, they differ. Now, in some cases, it's okay, but some places it causes problem. You know, because what you believe is right, they believe is wrong. What they believe is right and good, you might think is not good. How they speak and how you speak, you might not be able to understand each other. So this kind of things might exist, but overall this situation is called what? Cultural diversity. Now, the UNESCO or the UN, they've announced 4 goals, 4 purposes for announcing May 21st as an International Day or Global Day for Cultural Diversity for Dialogue and Development. What are those 4 purposes? Number 1, systems of governance for culture. It means they want that governments should make some systems or institutions inside their government specifically for culture. Means we should have some organizations, institutions who are working for cultural causes, particularly the weaker and the smaller cultures, the cultures who are on the verge of extinction. Second one, balanced flow of cultural goods and services. It means we should be able to have a good flow of cultural services and goods. How? Let's assume that we have a society. Inside that society, we have one culture which has the dominant culture, which has a lot of followers. And then we have one smaller culture, which has very less followers. The second purpose, the second goal of this of UN is that a small culture should be able to not only keep their culture, but also be able to promote their culture. They should be able to write books in their language, they should be able to study in their language, they should be able to have their own concerts, events, functions, everything. They should be able to practice all the rituals. They should be able to teach their language to those who want, at least to their own next generation. They should be able to create contents in their own language. And this dominant culture should not compel them to integrate in this culture, to become part of this and to be absorbed in this culture. No, they should be kept, they should be supported the way they are. They should be able to have their own services, their own language, their own books, contents, music, this and that. They should be able to have their own goods, their own food, their own clothing, their own, musical instruments, this and that. The third purpose is integrate culture in development framework. Means when countries make development plans annually, 3 years, 5 years, 10 years, doesn't matter. When they make development plans, they should consider culture as well. Culture should be in each of those plans. Means when a country makes a 5-year financial plan, economic plan, after 5 years our economy should be like this. That development of economy should not cause the weakness of cultural institutions or growth. It should not cause any harm to culture. Overall, in any kind of plan, either it is economic, either it is, I don't know, military, or it's about anything else, it not only should not cause problem for the culture, but it should also flourish the culture. The last one is that it should promote human rights and fundamental rights. Okay, now it might be a question for some guys that why human rights? You're talking about culture, why right comes here, why legal issues come here. Well, human rights, it's a very vast topic, so for sure, I'm sure you guys already know about it. But to make it very simple, what human rights is. So it basically says human rights are those rights that each human has, regardless of any criterion or condition, just because that individual is human. It's just because you're human, so you have those rights. That's it. We don't care about your gender, about your country, about your language, about your religion, about your skin, about your financial situation, about your education level. Nothing is important. Just because you're human, you have those rights. That is human rights. Now, when we are respecting other people, individuals, for sure we will be able to respect, we will be able to give right to the existence and to the promotion and flourishing of the cultures of those individuals as well. When one individual is important for you, for sure, culture, which is a social phenomenon, which is made up of many individuals, for sure you will respect that culture as well. Because when you respect one member of that culture, when one individual is important, for sure, the thing that belongs to a group of people, that will also become important for you. So the society where human rights is something very common and acceptable for all, cultural diversity is not a big issue. That's why human rights is important, and it is one of the goals of UN. Now the question is that, so one problem, as we discussed at the beginning, that it causes some kind of security threats. It causes conflicts, yes, major conflicts. Is it the only challenge of that? No, it has a lot of other challenges as well. I have listed some other challenges here. One challenge is erosion of local identity. Means it can erase, it can remove local identity. How? Suppose we have a society, we have a community where people are living with a specific culture. Now, some people come from another community with another culture, some people come from another culture, some people from another culture, some people from another culture, some people from another culture. Group of cultures, they come in this society. Now, slowly, over the course of time, this real society, real community may lose its own culture. It may be changed. It's not necessarily that other cultures will remove them, kill them. No, none of that. Even slowly, the other culture will impact it in a way that after a long time, this culture is no more that culture. Some people see it as a challenge. Some people might see it as an opportunity. But those who are against cultural diversity, they usually bring it as challenge. But if you want, you can see it as an opportunity as well, because it gives you an opportunity to evolve yourself. Next one is prejudice and communication. It means, because I have a particular culture, I think my culture is better, and the culture that my neighbor practices is not good. It causes a kind of prejudice. I prejudge that I'm better and they're not good. So whatever they do seems to me irrational, illogical. What they wear looks to me something very, old-fashioned, something weird. How they think, what they believe in looks something, might look crazy to me. This way, the communication becomes impossible. Because communication is possible when you try to understand someone. When you are not speaking in order to understand, when you are speaking in order to give order or in order to mock someone, then there's not communication. So it removes, it precludes the chances of communication. The other challenge, which is very important, is conflicting worldviews. Culture makes our identity, culture makes the world we see. Actually, culture enables us to see the world. As psychologists say, they say that we are not able to see unless it is already defined. Means first we define something, that it is like this, then we can see it. If something is not defined for you, if you look at it, you will not be able to see that even. For sure, that is debatable, but that is something that most of people think like. So it is actually culture which enables us to see the world, to understand the world, and based on that we make a world of our own. So now I have one culture, I have one world, another person, and B has another culture, another world, C has another culture, another world. How we see the worlds are completely different. This conflicting worldviews, how we see the world, can cause major problems. It may even lead to very aggressive fights and wars, as we have seen in the history as well. So these are some big challenges of cultural diversity. Let's talk about some big opportunities also it brings a lot of opportunities, but I have listed here two major opportunities that it brings. One for individual perspective and one for the society. From an individual perspective, it makes us better humans. How? What is human? Actually, it's a quite difficult question, and we have a lot of answers to that for sure. But to make it very simple, in this video, I'm going with the definition that Aristotle has given. Aristotle says humans are political animals. Now, that being political is something very important. What does that mean? That means that we will converse, we will talk, we will have dialogue. In politics, you don't fight. That is not the responsibility of politicians. Politicians only talk. They talk with the people, they talk with the military, they talk with the business persons, they talk with people. And then through their speaking, they influence them, they convince them to do things for them. So they talk. When we say that human is a political animal, means we only talk. The moment we stop talking and start fighting or doing this and that, according to Aristotle, we are no more humans. We should be able to converse and talk. Now, till the time I am in my own culture, talking is quite easy, it is not a big deal, because we all believe in the same thing, we all understand the same thing. When we speak, it is very simple. It doesn't take any effort. So that is something very easy. The real challenge of talking starts when you speak with someone different. Someone whose presumptions are different from you, whose values are different from you, whose worldview is different from you. The way they understand, the way they think is different from you. Now you want to talk with that person. And if we have a very diverse society, we may have a lot of this kind of people. So you're talking with a lot of people who are all different from you. Here, if you are a good human, if you want to be a good human, it is the opportunity to be that one. It is here when you really can find out either you can talk or you cannot talk. You can have dialogue or not. If you can talk with people who think different than from you, who believe in different things, who, I don't know, speak in a different language, okay? When I say different language, not only a parent language, means the real language, means their system is different. Their presumptions are different. Their history is different. They are completely different humans. With them, when you can talk, when you can converse, and when you can coexist, then you have become a true human. Remember that the purpose of dialogue or communication is not that you should convince that person or that person should convince you, then you become one. No. It is just to understand them better, and understanding them better leads to understanding yourself better. Why? Because I am no one if there is no one else. I am because there are others. It is others who make me, and it is I that I make others. We become when we talk with each other. If the whole world there is no one, only I am there, then I also don't exist, because it's other people who make me what I am. So the purpose of dialogue is not like this, that you make them like you or you become like them. No, that's not the purpose at all. The purpose is that you understand them better, they understand you better, and you create an environment where you can exist, they can exist in peace. You don't want to remove them, they don't want to remove you, and you are sure that they will not remove you, they are sure that you will not remove them. You all will live in peace and serenity. That can happen if you are really a good human, if you can really speak. And this opportunity is provided only when you are in a diverse society. It has a longer topic, but we don't have much time, so I don't want to make this video very longer. That's why we'll skip the other part. Let's get to the last point, that is the best of all worlds. So that was about individuals. It makes us better, but it can also make the societies, the culture of society better. Let's take an example here. Assume there is a society that has never been in contact with any other society. They don't know about the existence of any other society. Now, in that society, every season they have any festival, and in that festival they suppose kill 20 or 30 people, maybe of particular age. They kill people. They have this kind of system that, okay, these people from this family, from this group, they must do this job always. Means generation to generation this thing should continue. People from this family, they should do this job generation to generation. These people cannot do the thing, that people cannot do this thing. This area is only for these people, that area is only for these people. Everything is clear. Everything is very fixed. For this kind of people who have lived in this culture, who are born in this culture, who has lived their whole life in this culture, and who will die in the same culture, they have never experienced, they have never seen any other culture, any different culture. They will never question their culture. For them, sacrificing is not only a problem, but a pride. They will be happy if they or any one of their family members are accepted or selected for the sacrifice ceremony. The one who is in a family, that family has a particular job, cannot do that job very well, will never question the society, that why society is forcing me to do this thing which I am not good at. That person will question himself, why I cannot do this. Because you don't believe in yourself, you don't accept, you don't have the idea of free will and human and I don't know, different skills, different human this and that. You think yourself like just a part of a single part of a big organization or this and that you have to do this part. You have to do this. You cannot be different. Now, this society, with this culture, they see a diverse culture, maybe diverse cultures. They see a culture where people don't kill each other, where everyone is free to do what they are good at or what they like to do. They are free to change their positions. They are free to live where they want to live. They are free to be with anyone they want to be. They value life. They value happiness. When they see them, then it gets this idea that I can also be different. If I am not good at doing this, it's not that I have problem. I'm not good at this, so let me do something else. Or why should my son, my daughter, my brother, my I don't know this and that should be sacrificed uselessly? Why should I kill someone? Why should we not leave? Till the time that they have not seen any different culture, they will not even think about it. Why? Because the same way that we humans understand ourselves when we meet a different human, the same way is cultures, societies. They understand their problem, their mistakes when they see a different culture, different society. Now, when we have a diverse society, which have a lot of cultures, diverse cultures, that will help us find the problems which we have in our culture, mend them, maybe remove them, and flourish and keep the good parts, and also bring and absorb the good aspect of other cultures and make our culture better, and like that all the cultures may become better, and ultimately the world may become a better place. That's the two big opportunities that cultural diversity can bring to us and our culture. It has a lot of things else to be discussed, but I don't want to make it a long video, and I don't want to make it a kind of close thing, so that's it for this one. If you have any question, feel free to ask. I'll be more than happy to get to that. And also the Global Day for Cultural Diversity for Dialogue and Development, which was on May 21st. Congratulations, though it is past, but again, congratulations. And kindly like the video, share the channel, subscribe the channel, and share the channel and the video with all your friends and acquaintances. Then that's it. Have a great time. See you guys.